What's going on, everyone? Jay Zimmer Games here, coming at you with another 2K21 playoffs simulation. If you don't know what we do around here, I highly recommend you check out my first video, which is the first in this series. I explain it pretty in depth if you do want to check out that video. Quick recap, basically we are doing the 2021 playoff simulation, but with a twist. We're going to be on the blacktop instead of franchise. I think it's a little more fun. A couple more park dunks, park moves, just more enjoyable to watch in general. I hope you think so too. If you do want to see a regular playoff simulation in franchise mode, there are tons of 2K YouTubers out there I highly recommend you check out. So for this matchup, we have the Sixers against the Wizards. We all probably watched the play-in tournament. We saw first what the Celtics did to the Wizards. Like I was saying in my last video, who knows, maybe the Wizards were kind of trying to lose that game because we know no one wants to be going against the Nets in the first round. With that being said, the 76ers are no easy task, so this will be very difficult, to put it lightly, for the Wizards. I mean, the first obvious issue is the issue of size. You have the 76ers with, on the court alone, basically 3 7-footers. I'm going to call Ben Simmons. Obviously he's not a 7-footer, but for a point guard, he is huge. Can't shoot worth a damn, but the rebounding power in general, it's going to be tough for the Sixers. With that being said, Russell Westbrook is an absolute athletic freak. I don't think anyone would think otherwise or say otherwise, and Bradley Beal is lethal. An absolute knockdown shooter. So if Russell and Beal can put together just huge games, I'll give him a shot. But overall, Embiid with a powerful putback. I think that was Embiid. Overall, I don't really see the Wizards coming out on top here. I want to see Russell Westbrook succeed. I want to see Beal succeed. I'm not the biggest Philly fan. I'm from Boston. And their whole trust the process nonsense, but clearly they were good enough to be the #1 seed. Great team. I got to give them props where it's due. Pretty boring team though. Even in the simulation, and you'll see in the background, it's not really much in terms of shooting. It's just a lot of post play, offensive rebounds, and just backing down, which I guess fundamental basketball, it works for what they have. Just doesn't make for the most exciting content in the world. Versus the Wizards, you put Russell Westbrook on any team, on any court, and it's enjoyable to watch. So overall, do I think this is going to be the most exciting series out of all the series? No. If I'm going to make a guess, I would say 76ers have this in 6 games. I think the Wizards are going to, they have fight in them. They are going to go off 1, maybe 2 games. It's either a 5 or 6 game series, in my opinion. What do you guys think? Let me know. Who do you think is going to be the MVP of this series? For the Wizards, it's going to have to be Russell Westbrook. We know Beal is going to get his in terms of points. The question is it going to be Westbrook or Westbrick? How's that going to go? And if he goes off, if he's efficient, then I could see them taking 1 or 2 games. Otherwise, they simply don't have the firepower. Even when looking at the benches, I'll talk about the benches in this next game because this is coming to a close, this first game, although it is very close. 76ers with the ball, looking to see what they can do. It'll be interesting to see if the Wizards are able to give the 76ers a run for their money. First game, Ben Simmons, turnaround, misses it. Beal pushing up the court with a chance to take game 1, which would be huge for them. Obviously, this is only a 3-game series. I don't know if I already mentioned that. I already forget. But yeah, I'm doing 3-game series, 5-on-5 to 11. If you want any adjustments, if you want it to be 21, if you want 3v3, whatever, just let me know. Nice little spin move there, and just like that, the Wizards take game 1. So who knows, maybe we have an interesting series. We'll check out the stats real quick. We have Beal 7 for 16. Like I said, we know he's going to get his, but Westbrook 1 for 4, 25% shooting. He got some rebounds, some assists, but other than that, on the other side, we have Harris 3 for 3. Embiid needs to step it up. Simmons needs to step it up. Team comparison 45% to 40%. I could see it going like that. Obviously, the Wizards are going to shoot more threes in the actual series, although I'm sort of assuming that, but I'd say that's a safe assumption. So I would imagine the Sixers are a higher percentage team overall, but who knows? This proves that just because you have the higher percentage doesn't mean you'll win the game if they knock down just a couple threes. So getting into the next game, this is do or die. Westbrook already coming out strong. He wants to send the 76ers home packing early. But like I said, I was going to talk about their benches a little bit. So when we're looking at the Wizards, we obviously have Bertans, Len, Neto, and Lopez. That's sort of their main. Obviously, they have some other guys on the bench, but they won't see much playing time. My guess is they're going to run a 9, maybe even an 8-man rotation. They've got some big guys on the bench, so who knows? Maybe they'll throw in Len or Lopez just to be a little bit more of a defensive threat for them going against Embiid and just their big men of the 76ers in general. With regards to the 76ers bench, obviously we have Maxey, we have George Hill, we have Curry, not Steph, but Seth Curry, still a lethal shooter. Danny Green, great defense, decent shooter. Kormaz, overall a deeper bench, I would say. The 76ers overall are definitely the better team. They have the bench depth, which just continues to show how it's going to be an uphill battle for the Wizards, especially if it does go to a Game 6. I don't think it's going to go to a Game 7, but if it does go all the way to a Game 7, they're going to be exhausted if they're running even if they're running a 9-man rotation. Westbrook's already going to be trying to play all 48 minutes. And, I mean, they can do it, but come the next round, most likely going to be going against, actually, that's a tough series, the Knicks and the Hawks. That video will be coming out maybe next. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. I'm going to be continuing this entire playoff series on the Blacktop, so if you do want to stay tuned, feel free to subscribe. You don't have to if you don't want to. It would mean a lot to me. Going along with that, feel free to rate and comment. Any and all feedback is appreciated. But yeah, going back into the game, we have another close one here. We have Gafford, of all people, on the offensive glass, 8-6. So the Wizards are looking at a potential clean sweep, but there you have it right there. The mismatch that is Ben Simmons. I mean, that was just overall terrible defense, but just easily getting the layup on the inside. But still 9-7. You know, we'll see if the Wizards can actually sweep them. I mean, like I said, I doubt that would actually happen. And it looks like just like that, they're going to tie it up 9-9. So we have a game on our hands. Obviously, it's win by 2. It's Blacktop rules. Whenever it goes into the win by 2 territory, I'll just consider that overtime. And there you have it again, just the dominance of the size that the 76ers have. That's really going to be the kryptonite, the crutch that the Wizards have to overcome. And I really just don't see it happening. But I'm excited for this series. It's gonna be fun, at the very least. Might not be the most competitive. Which series do you guys think will be the most competitive series? I think I'm most looking forward to the Lakers-Suns series. I mentioned that before in a previous video. I think the Suns are super unlucky with getting basically pushed to play the Lakers due to injuries throughout the season. But just like that, Game 2 is over. 76ers showing a little fight, coming back. Beal, 3 for 11, needs to step that up. Westbrook had a little bit better of a game, but isn't really scoring very much, unlike Westbrook to be shooting that little. Embiid really took over, 6 for 11, solid shooting. We'll check out the team stats in a second. The rest of the team not doing too much. 56% to 39%. Wizards still shooting more threes, but that percentage is a little too much to overcome. Rebounds, you can see it was actually fairly similar, but if you quickly notice the points in the paint, 76ers just showing their strengths with that. So yeah, which series do you think is going to be the most exciting? Lakers Suns, I'm really excited for. Nets Celtics, I was excited for. just because I'm from Boston, but after those first 2 games, it's looking like a sweep. I'm, obviously, I'm not too happy about that. Embiid with an interesting pull-up jump shot right there. Don't see him doing that very often, but whatever works, whatever gets the job done. And then the Bucks Heat. I mean, I was excited for that series as well, but it's not going the way many of us probably were expecting. Butler needs to step it up. Maybe he's dealing with something, but his shooting has just been not off. His percentages and efficiency is fine, but he's not that aggressive. He's not being his aggressive self that he sort of needs to be to keep them in the series. Like, remember how gassed he was at the end of the final? He was giving it his all. I just need to see more out of the Heat in general. But that's enough about that. Getting back into this game, looks like the 76ers are going on a bit of a run. 6-3. If this was a little bit more realistic and the fatigue was setting in, this is sort of what I would expect, where the 76ers are running around. The Wizards are running around trying to do all they can, but the 76ers just they're going to be able to rest their players more because of that bench depth, because of the size mismatches. They're going to have to be doing less in general. And 8-3, so we have a 5-point lead. We have Beal, who's cold, but that's a decent look, and he misses it. This is looking rough. Howard coming up the court. If Beal can't get off that cold streak, then this is kind of looking like a wrap, which is sort of what I was saying before. If Beal and Westbrook don't show up, then there's not really much the Wizards can do. I mean, at least with the 76ers, Simmons might go off, and Embiid might go off. They just have more potential in general for scoring, but 10-3, this is a blowout. This is not exactly what I expected. The 2 players on the Wizards are cold. Just ice cubes out there on the court. Another turnover. They're just falling apart towards the end. What a way to see their season end. Well, I guess they're still alive, but if they score, it's most likely too little, too late. So I guess with that, another turnover, just basically giving them the win at this point. Harris with the ball, I didn't even really mention him. And Howard with another oop slam. And that's it. And a very decisive victory for the 76ers. They'll be moving on. It's sort of what I expect. What do you guys expect? If you made it this far into the video, what do you think the final series, or how do you think the series is going to end? 4 games, 5 games, 6 games, 7 games? If you did like this content, like I said earlier, feel free to rate, feel free to subscribe if you want to keep seeing content like this. It means a lot to me. 69% to 18%. That's brutal. That is just about the most lopsided victory that we've seen on this channel so far. But yeah, that's going to do it for me for this video. I do hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.